Hello. Hi kids. How are you? Hi my bachcho. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How are you all doing? Kids, all my children. Hi.
Hi kids.
Okay. So I am
Hi,
able
my
to hear
bachcho.
some voice. Wait.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How are you all doing?
Okay. Are you able to hear me? Ha. So now I have all settled it. Okay. So how are my children doing, bacha? Very good afternoon. How's everyone doing? Fine. Just put up a hi, hello on the chat box. Yes. Okay. Just put up a hi and hello on the chat box so that I know that my kids are able to see me. Good afternoon, mera bachcho. Put up a hi, hello. Please put up some emojis so that I can get all the energy that I can from you. Okay, you doing fine, mere bachcho? Oh, lovely. Very good. Very nice. So, Putar, in today's session, I'm going to take up a very interesting topic, right? A very nice chapter, very interesting chapter that is called as excretory products and their elimination. Okay? So, it is a very simple topic that we are going to discuss. Very easy, but it is very easy, but there is lots of technicality in that. Okay? So I will specifically keep on marking the important points, right, which are given in your NCERT as well. I'll keep on, right, putting up those points and I'll be explaining you this particular thing. Okay? I hope this part is clear, right? Chandresh, you are going to study this chapter from me, beta. For everyone who doesn't know me, my name is Rumina Singh, right? And I am going to take this particular session for you. All right? Lovely. So let's start with the topic that is excretion. What is the meaning of excretion? When we start with excretion, what is the meaning? Excretion means it is the removal, beta, or we also say that it is the, right, it is the elimination of metabolic waste products from the animal body to regulate the composition of the body fluids and the tissues. Now you have to understand this thing. What is the meaning of metabolic waste? Okay? Metabolic waste means all the waste product which is produced, right, which is formed inside our cells, inside our body. That is called as metabolic products. Okay, so for example, I'll just give you a simple example, right? Every one of us remembers this reaction that I'm trying to write over here. The reaction is C6H12O6. You know what is this? This is glucose, correct? And you oxidize glucose. What do you get as a product? You will get CO2 plus water, Baba, and we are doing this reaction for energy formation. Okay, we are doing this for energy formation. So see, the carbon dioxide that is produced in this case, okay, the carbon dioxide that is produced in this case, this is considered a waste material. Why this is waste material? Because body doesn't require it. So body is going to remove it out. Okay, what is body going to do? Body is going to remove it out. When we are going to expire, when we are going to breathe out, body is going to release carbon dioxide. So we will say, what is carbon dioxide, bacha? It is a metabolic waste. Metabolic waste means, again I'm repeating, all the waste products which are formed inside our body, inside our cell as a result of metabolic activities. Clear? I hope this part is clear. So excretion, we generally say, what is excretion? It refers to the elimination of metabolic waste as well as, right, as well as the nitrogenous waste which are formed in our body. Okay, the nitrogenous wastes which are formed inside our body, they are also removed as the role of excretion. Okay, Baba? Right? Now, let's move, right? Let's move ahead. Okay, let's move ahead. Now, there are three metabolic wastes majorly, three nitrogenous wastes majorly that we are going to discuss. Okay, right? Hi, Cherry. How are you doing? Okay, lovely. So there are three major nitrogenous wastes that our body is going to remove out. Not only our body, in animals. Three major. Okay, remember. What are those three? One is ammonia. Okay, and that mechanism of removing out ammonia, the mechanism of releasing out ammonia is called as ammonotelism. So where you are releasing out ammonia from the body, some organisms they do that beta, so that is called as ammonotelism. Some organisms they remove out urea majorly from their body, urea, like us, like humans, we release out urea. So this mechanism is called as ureotelism. Right? And some organisms, they release out uric acid from their body, and that mechanism is called as uricotelism. Okay, so again, quickly, I'm moving you through these slides for all the children who have just jumped in, okay, who've just entered inside the class. Just understand, 3 type of majorly nitrogenous wastes are produced by different type of organisms. 3 major type of nitrogenous wastes are removed out. ठीक है, what are those 3? Ammonia बाबा, ठीक है, sorry, ammonia, right, urea and uric acid. Clear बच्चे? Right? Now, let's understand the examples about ammonia. Ammonia is number 1. There are some points that you have to understand. Keep on understanding with me. Number 1, ammonia is the most toxic form. ठीक है? And for releasing of ammonia, no, you require a very large amount of water. If let's say you are producing ammonia, right? Let's say you are a monotelic organism. Okay, you will be what? You will be a monotelic organism. So let me write the name over here. Chalo, I'll explain you. I'll write about the names over here. Here is ammonia, no? Haan, theek hai. So here only I'll explain it. Now see, the process of excreting out ammonia, as I told you, it is called as ammonotelism. I told you just now that ammonia is the most toxic form. So please note this thing. It is the most toxic out of the 3, out of urea, uric acid and uric acid, right, and urea. Ammonia is the most toxic and it requires more amount of water, or we can say it requires maximum amount of water beta to remove. ठीक है? It requires what? It requires maximum amount of water for its removal. ठीक है? This is called as this type of an organism which is releasing out ammonia. This is called as a monotelic organism. ठीक है? Clear हुआ? Now I'll try to make these things little simple for you and I'll summarize everything in one picture only. ठीक है? I'll make these things little simple for you and I'll summarize it in one picture only. Please try to write it out with me so that you get it. Okay, we are talking about ammonia. 3 nitrogenous products, right? We are talking about urea, bache, and we are talking about uric acid. 3 major nitrogenous products that are released by many organisms. Okay, please make this type of a sheet wherever you are writing. Please make this type of a sheet. This is going to help you out. Okay, ye dekho. So we are just pulling out a line over here, right? Similarly, we are putting out a line over here. Now here only we are going to summarize everything. Okay, now see. Ammonia, as I told you, out of these 3, it is what? It is the most toxic, Baba. Please write it. It is the most toxic. Okay? And for its removal, it requires a huge amount of water. Huge amount of water. Right? And ammonia, generally, how organisms are going to release out ammonia from the body, how they're going to give out ammonia from the body, they are generally going to diffuse out ammonia in the form of ammonium ions. So how it is released? There is no need of kidney over here. Okay, no need of kidneys over here in this case, right? Generally, ammonia is, okay, ammonia is diffused from body. All right, it is diffused from body as ammonium ions, NH4 positive ions. Clear, Baba? This part is clear to everyone. Just put up a thumbs up. I am summarizing all the points in one particular sheet only so that you people will not have any confusion with respect to ammonia, urea and uric acid. Now, this mechanism of releasing out ammonia from the body, it is called as, this mechanism is called as, it is called as ammonotelism. Okay, Baba? It is called as ammonotelism. Please note this thing. Okay? And the organisms which are releasing out ammonia, they are called as, the organisms example are a monotelic organisms. I hope this is clear. Okay, these organisms are called as a monotelic organisms. I hope this part is clear. So all major aquatic organisms, ठीक है, major aquatic organisms are releasing out ammonia. So for example, you can put up the aquatic amphibians like tadpoles, they release out ammonia. ठीक है, then you can put out aquatic, right? You can put out aquatic insects. All right, they release out ammonia. Okay, then you can put out our osteichthyes, our bony fishes, or you can put out freshwater fishes, the bony fishes. Okay, they are releasing out ammonia. I hope this part is clear to all my children. Ammonia is sorted for all my children. There is no confusion. Please put up a yes or no. Please put up a yes or no, then only I'll be able to understand कि yes, my kids are able to see it. Okay, my kids are able to answer it properly. ठीक है, here in freshwater fishes you can also put up bony fishes, Baba. Okay, you can generally put up bony fishes. NCERT has given bony fishes. Coming to the next, urea. Urea is in comparison to the ammonia, urea is less toxic. Okay, urea is less toxic, Baba. Then it requires less amount of water for removal. Okay, it requires less amount of water for the removal. And how it is released out? There are structures called as kidneys majorly for the removal. The organisms which are releasing out urea, they are called as uricotelic organisms. These organisms are called as uricotelic organisms. Okay, and can you give me any example? Can you give me any example of urea? Mammals. We are coming under mammals. So, bacha, we are ureotelic. Okay, right? Urico nahi, sorry. It should be ureo over here. It is not urico. It is ureotelic. Ureotelic organisms. Yes. Okay, we are mammals over here. Then our amphibians, terrestrial amphibians like, can you give me any example of terrestrial amphibians? Frog. Frog is a terrestrial amphibian, Baba. Okay, so example frog will come over here. Yes. Any child having any confusion? Hi Femina, how are you doing? How are you doing? Any children having any problem till here? And marine fishes. Another example coming over here is marine fishes. Okay, one more example, marine fishes. This mechanism of releasing out urea from the body is called as ureotelism. I hope this part is clear to everyone. Ureotelism. Okay, because urea is less toxic. See, because urea is less toxic, you can also store urea in the body. Because it is less toxic, no, you can also store in body for some time. I hope this part is clear. Only one table and your entire paragraph of NCERT will be sorted. Just make one paragraph and everything is sorted. Now let's come to uric acid. Okay, uric acid is bacha least toxic form. Least toxic means so it can be stored for a longer period inside the body and it requires least amount of water. Okay, it requires least amount of water to release, to be thrown out of the body. Kidneys help in doing that. And this type of organisms which are, now, who are going to release out uric acid? Those organisms which are having, right, those organisms which are having very less access to water. All the organisms who are having very less access to water, they are going to release out uric acid, bacha. I hope this part is clear, right? All my children who are having very less access to water, they are going to, right? all the organisms who are having very less access to water, they are releasing out urea. Okay, so we can say the organisms who are releasing out uric acid, they are called as uricotelic organisms. Okay, bacha, they are called as uricotelic organisms. Okay, and example, your reptiles will come over here. For example, the snakes, the lizards, they will come over here. Then our insects will come over here, like cockroach and all, right? Then our birds will come over here, bacha. Birds are the example. And this mode of, this mechanism of release out of uric acid from the body is called as uricotelism. I hope this part is clear to all my children. This table is clear to all the children. I hope there is no confusion. Can I move ahead? Give me a thumbs up. Give me a star. Give me some emoji, right? So that I don't have any problem. So that I know that my children are able to see. Video should be clear, Ashrat. I am able to see very clear video. Video should be clear, bache. Clear, no? Hi, somebody. Hello. Oh, lovely. Chalo, let's move ahead. Now we are going to talk about, NCERT has given one more small paragraph about the various type of excretory structures which are present in the organisms. Okay, chalo, first let me give you a question and let me see how many of you are able to answer. Give me what is going to be the answer for this. Very simple. Which of the following are uricotelic animals? Which of the following are uricotelic organisms? Tell me. Which of the following are uricotelic? Quickly, I want to see the answers on the chat box. Rohu or frog? Rohu is a fish. Okay, it is a bony fish. Lizard and crow. Camel and frog. Earthworm and eagle. Tell me. Who will give me the answer? Who will give me the answer over here? And also please write, give me all the likes that you can. Okay, please do that. I'll be very thankful. Very good, Sambari. Sambari has answered. The answer is lizard and crow. Lizard is a type of a reptile and crow is bird. We had done in the examples. Remember, we had done it in the example. Chalo, one more question I am giving. Let me see my children are able to do it or not. Yellow, do this question and then I'll move to the next topic. Okay, very good, Harita. Give me the answer for this. Which of the following pair is wrong? Uricotelic birds. Uricotelic birds. Do birds release out uric acid? Yes, this is correct. Then ureotelic. Ureotelic are insects. Do insects release out urea? Tell me. Do insects release out urea, bache? Insects, they release out urea? No. No. This is wrong. Insects, they release out same uricotelic, Baba. Ammonotelic tadpole, yes. Ureotelic man, yes. Man means human. Okay, so correct. What is going to be the answer over here? B is going to be the answer. B is incorrect. Clear, bache? Very good. Lovely. Now we are coming to the organs, various types. So for excretion, no, our nature has provided different type of structures to the organisms. Okay, so NCERT has given a whole paragraph. We have summarized it over here in one table. Please note this table if you are not having. This is the only information for this chapter that you have to do. Now, there are structures called as flame cells, also called as protonephridia. Bacha, they are present in flatworms. Flatworms are platyhelminthes. They are members of platyhelminthes. Then some annelida and cephalochordates. They all are having excretory structures, excretory cells called as flame cells or protonephridia, which are going to help in excretion. Remember this thing. Okay, what we are doing? We are doing the animal as well as the excretory organ that is present in them. You just have to remember this, and in NCERT, sorry, in your NEET exam, you can get Baba simple matching type of question from here. From this table itself, directly they are going to pick up and give you matching type of question. So please remember this, right? Second example, earthworm, right? And some annelids, they are having structures called as nephridia. Nephridia are their excretory structures, Baba. Remember this thing. Then in cockroaches, we know in the case of cockroaches, there are tubules which are associated with their digestive system. They are called as malpighian tubules, right? Then crustaceans, all right. Can you give me any example of a crustacean? Who can give me any example of a crustacean? Give me any example of a crustacean. What is a crustacean? Any example of a crustacean? Prawn. NCERT gives the example of prawn. So prawn you can write over here. Prawn, these organisms, though they belong to arthropoda, but still they have the special type of glands called as antennal glands or green glands which help in excretion, right? Which help in their excretion. And mammals, we are mammals. We have what? We have structures like kidneys which are helping in their excretion. I hope this part is clear to everyone. Simple. In one table, simple, I have summarized the entire NCERT paragraph, and this is more than sufficient for you. Done? Give me a thumbs up and then we can move ahead. Quickly give me a thumbs up and then we can move ahead. I will start with the human excretory system now. I will explain you human excretory system and then I'll move to nephron also. Okay, so we'll try to wrap up as much as possible for this particular chapter in today's session. Okay. Clear? Chalo, lovely. Let's start with human excretory system. The human excretory system, Baba, it is made up of 2 kidneys. Yes or no? We know this thing. Look at this picture. NCERT has given this beautiful picture, right? Though this is not the exact NCERT picture, but similar type of a picture is also there in your NCERT. Now see, in humans, the excretory system consists of a pair of kidneys. These are a pair of kidneys. Then 1 pair of ureters, these tubes, Baba, which bring the urine from the kidneys to the urinary bladder. This is called as the ureter, right? There is a pair of ureters. Then there is 1 urinary bladder. And then there is this 1 short tube which carries the urine out of the body, that is called as urethra. Okay, so this is the human excretory system. Right, now let's come to the next part. We are going to talk about kidneys. Where are kidneys present? Kidneys are bean-shaped structure. All right, our book says that kidneys are reddish brown. All right, they are reddish brown. They are bean-shaped structure. This is the kidney, and where they are present at the level of a last thoracic vertebrae. See, last thoracic vertebrae is T12 and the third lumbar vertebrae is L3. So this is the location of the kidney, that is T12, that is the 12th thoracic vertebrae, and the third lumbar vertebrae. Here they are present. They are present in the dorsal part of the body. Dorsal means here, bache, here at the back side of the body. Right? And they are attached to the inner wall of the abdominal cavity. They are attached to the inside of the abdominal cavity. This is the location of the kidney. Okay, kidney is not present in the front, Baba. Okay, kidneys are not present in the front. Kidneys, where they are present at the back. Okay, chalo. Now let's move ahead. Each kidney in an adult human, if you talk about the size of the kidney in an adult human, it is around 10 to 12 centimeter in length. Very important. It is 5 to 7 centimeter in width and it is 2 to 3 centimeters in thickness. Remember these dimensions, 10 to 12 in length, 5 to 7 in width, right? And it is around 2 to 3 centimeters in thickness. The average weight of each kidney is around 120-170. Simple. 120 to 170 gram is the weight. Now, let's talk about another important thing. Let's say this is the structure of the kidney. On the inner side, okay, this is the kidney. Let's suppose this is the kidney, bache. This is the kidney, like this. On the inner side, here, there is a notch. Notch means you can say there is an opening, all right, which is called as the hilum or the hilus. This opening is called as the hilum or the hilus. It is through this opening that the ureters, they come out. You can see ureter coming out. See, you can see the ureters coming out like this. Ureters, they come out. The blood vessels, they enter inside. Blood vessel, which blood vessel is going to enter inside? The renal artery. Artery will enter inside. Vein will come out from here. Okay, the nerves and all are also going to enter and exit from here. So this is towards the center of the inner concave structure. The kidney has a notch called as hilum, through which the ureter, blood vessels and nerves, they enter. Correct? This part is clear to everyone. Now, innards in the inside. If we go towards the inside, what we are able to see, right? Inner to the hilum, we are able to see this thing. Okay, so let me just take this thing. Okay. Now, if you talk about the inside here, what are you able to see? You are able to see a funnel-like structure. Yes or no? This funnel-like structure, bache. This funnel-like structure is called as the renal pelvis. Okay, so inner to the hilum, what is present? There is a funnel-like structure which is coming out, extending and forming the ureter only. The renal pelvis only will extend and form the ureter only. But inside the kidney, inside the hilum, it is having a broad funnel-shaped structure. This is called as the renal pelvis. This renal pelvis only further, it extends. Okay, let me just show you. So let's say this is how the renal pelvis is going to be formed. Okay, this is how it is formed, a broad structure, see. And inside it is going to form structures like this. It is going to form projections like this. These projections are called as, so this is renal pelvis, bache. Now that is going to form projections like this, I say, like this. Are you able to see these projections that I'm making? Okay, these projections that I'm making, these projections, these are called as the major calyxes. So these projections that are going inside the kidney, these are called as the major calyxes. Correct? Major calyxes are further projecting inside. Okay, major calyxes are further dividing. So these ones are major calyxes, Baba. And then let me just change the color and show you. The major calyxes are further going to project inside to form these tubes. These tubes, these are called as the minor calyxes. So you're getting the difference between major calyxes and minor calyxes, right? These further thinner tubes are called as the minor calyxes. These ones are called as the minor calyxes. I hope this part is clear to everyone. Yes, I hope this part is clear to all my children. Yes, bacha. Chalo, let's move ahead. Let's move ahead. Okay, now we are going to talk about the structure. So see, you can see this particular thing very beautifully they have represented. This is NCERT picture only. See, this is the renal pelvis. This one is the renal pelvis. Okay, so let me just mark it over here. This is the pelvis. Now you can see the pelvis is further extended like this to form these type of extensions, projections. These are called as the major calyxes. Okay, these are called as the major calyxes, and major calyxes are further extended further. You can see the major calyxes are further extended, divided into these thin tubes. These thin tubes are called as the, these thin tubes are called as the minor calyxes. See, you can see this is minor calyx, minor calyx, minor calyx like this. Okay, Baba. I hope you are clear. Major calyxes and minor calyxes, this is clear to everyone. All right. Now, let's talk about the other part of the kidney. Outer layer of the kidney is having a tough capsule. Outer layer of the kidney is having a tough capsule. This is the outer layer. This is the outer layer, you can see. This one, this is the outer layer. So this is a tough capsule. This is called as the renal capsule. We call this tough capsule as the renal capsule. Okay, and inside of the kidney is divided into two parts. The outer part that you can see over here, this outer part, this one that I'm marking it like this, the light pink wala part, this light pink part, this is called as the cortex. This entire part you can see. I'm just marking it like this, bache. This is the cortex, and the inner part where you can see these triangular structures, these pyramid structures, these are called as the medulla. Okay, these pyramids are called as the medulla. Medulla is arranged in the form of a pyramid. Okay, this is how, see, medulla is arranged. Let's say this is the medulla. This is the medulla. It is arranged as a pyramid, and then it extends further. It extends further as it joins with the minor calyx. Minor calyx is going to join with the major calyx, and this is how it is going to be there. Okay, you can see over here, this is what? This is the medullary pyramid, and medullary pyramid, you can see it is joining with the minor calyx. Minor calyxes are going to join to form the major calyxes. Many major calyxes, they are going to join together to form the renal pelvis, and then renal pelvis will move out from the kidney. I hope this part is clear to all my children. Yes. Yes. There is one more particular important thing, that is in some parts. Okay, look at this thing. At some parts you can see between the medullary pyramid. So all these are medullary pyramids. Okay, let me see. This is medullary pyramid. Okay, this is medullary pyramid. So the medulla itself is arranged like this into conical pyramid structures. The medulla only is arranged like this in conical pyramid structures. This is how it is present. Okay, now in some places you can see the cortex itself is extending between the medullary pyramids. Are you able to see? The cortex itself is extending between the medullary pyramids here, this area. Okay, these structures where the cortex is extending between the medullary pyramid, this is called as renal column. Okay, they are called as renal columns, or they are also called as renal columns of Bertini. Let me just show you in the other picture. See, they are called as the renal columns, or they are also called as columns of Bertini. I hope this part is clear to all my children. Yes, renal columns or columns of Bertini sorted. Okay, so this is about the kidney, beta. Okay, this is about the kidney. Now, inside the kidney, what is present? Kidney, I told you, it is going to help in excretion. Okay, and how it is going to help in excretion? It is going to filter out the blood. What is kidney actually going to do? Kidney is going to filter out the blood, and from the blood they are going to take all the substances which are, you can say, all the substances which are important for them, right? All the substances which have to be removed out from the blood. Okay, all the substances which have to be removed out from the blood, right, which the blood does not want, any substance in excess, right, that things are given away to the kidney to throw them outside of the body. So who is doing this particular job inside the kidney? There has to be someone, no, who is doing this job. Okay, who is doing this job inside the kidney? It is the nephrons. Who is doing this job? It is the nephrons. So each kidney is having around 1 million. Okay, you can see this is kidney. This is kidney. Each kidney is having around 1 million tubular structures, complex tubular structures, which are called as nephrons. Nephrons are the structural and functional units of the kidney. Why functional units? Because they are the ones which are actually going to do the function. Okay, so you can see over here, look at this picture. This is the picture of a kidney. They have taken this section. All right, they have taken this section which is including the cortex as well as medulla. They have extended it. So from here to here, bache, it is the cortex, and from here to here is the medulla. See, from here to here is the medulla. And here you can see the cortex as well in the medulla. You can see there are these complex tubular structures. This one structure is called as a nephron. Okay, this one structure, this complex structure is called as a nephron. Till here, things are sorted for everyone. Please give me a thumbs up so that we can move ahead. Now I'm going to explain you the structure of nephron. Very, very important. Put up a thumbs up quickly, everyone. Put up a thumbs up, everyone. Is it sorted? Is it clear? Yes, bachcho? Is it sorted? Is it clear? Yeah? All right, chalo. Now let's move ahead. We are going to talk about the structure of the nephron. This whole thing is a nephron. This whole thing is one nephron. So nephron is made up of two things. Okay, nephron is made up of two structures, bache. One is glomerulus. Okay, one is glomerulus and the other is the renal tubule. So one is the glomerulus and the other is the renal tubule. All right, so let me just show you the renal tubule and the glomerulus. Oh wait, this is a question that has come over here. Okay, chalo, you can answer this question. Can someone answer this question? We've already done this. The columns of Bertini in the kidney of mammals are formed as extensions of. They're extensions of what? In what? Who can give me the answer for this? They're extensions of what in what? The columns of Bertini in the kidney of the mammals. Quickly, who will answer me? Who will answer, Baba? They are extensions of cortex in the medullary region. Right? What are columns of Bertini? They are the extensions of cortex in the medullary region. They are not extensions of medulla in the cortex. Okay, they are extensions of, no Sumaya, they are extensions of cortex in the medullary region, bache. Okay, Sambari, it is not medulla, bache. It is not medulla. Okay, it is extension of cortex in the medullary region. So this is where many students, they get wrong, right? So please remember this particular thing. Okay, yes, very good, lovely. Now I'm going to explain you the structure of a nephron, okay? So be very careful and understand this thing very, very importantly. Beautiful picture is given over here, right? And I'll take the help of this picture to explain you the whole part. Nephron, as I told you, is made up of two things. Okay, understand. Nephron is made up of two things. Number one, okay, are you able to see over here? Yes. Number one is called as glomerulus. Okay, number one is glomerulus. So nephron is made up of two parts. One is glomerulus and the other is the renal tubule. Okay, the other part is the renal tubule. One is glomerulus and the other is the renal tubule. Now understand this thing. What is glomerulus? Glomerulus is this particular part. Are you able to see? Okay, let me just mark it with a different color so that you are able to see. Okay, this part. Are you able to see this structure inside? What is this? This is a network of blood vessels. Okay, this is a network of blood vessels. So this network of blood vessels is called as glomerulus. This is the first part. We'll talk about this thing also. And the second is the renal tubule. What is renal tubule? This whole tube that you are able to see, this whole tube in yellow color. Okay, this whole tube in yellow color. Are you able to see this whole yellow color tube? All yellow color, all yellow color, all yellow color. This is called as the renal tubule. I hope this part is clear. I hope this part is clear. Glomerulus is clear. So let me explain you what is glomerulus. Now, when we talk about the renal tubule, okay, first let's talk about renal tubule. Renal tubule is starting over here with this cup-like structure. Are you able to see this cup-like structure? I'm marking it over here. Like this, are you able to see this cup-like structure? This cup-like structure. This is called as the Bowman's capsule. Okay, this cup-like structure is called as the Bowman's capsule. Let me just try to make it over here. This is the first part of the renal tubule. So, renal tubule is further made up of some parts. See, renal tubule is made up of some parts. One is called as the Bowman's capsule. Right, I'm just writing it over here to explain you. One is Bowman's capsule. Okay, then comes the PCT. Okay, then comes the loop of Henle, Henle's loop, right? And then comes the DCT. So these are the four major parts of the renal tubule. The first part of renal tubule is called as Bowman's capsule. So let me just try to show you over here the Bowman's capsule. Okay, just see, and so that I can relate it with the diagram also. This is the Bowman's capsule. Let's say this is the Bowman's capsule. Like this. This is a cup-shaped structure. A double-walled cup-shaped structure. This is the Bowman's capsule. This is the first part of renal tubule. Now, in the area, in the inside, in this space which is present inside the cup, what happens? There is a blood vessel coming, and this blood vessel is called as the afferent arteriole. Remember what I'm saying, okay? This blood vessel is entering inside. What is the name of this blood vessel? The name of this blood vessel is afferent arteriole, right? What is the name? Afferent. All right, afferent arteriole. This afferent arteriole is bringing the blood, right, in the space of the Bowman's capsule, and here it is dividing into these thin capillary network. It is dividing into thin tubes, right? Thin tubes. This is the blood capillaries. It is dividing into capillary networks. All right, I hope you are able to see. Like this, it is dividing into capillaries. You can see these capillaries over here in this diagram, very beautifully given. This is the afferent arteriole. See, this is the afferent arteriole. I am writing it with AA. Here in this diagram, you can see where will you see over here? See, this is the afferent arteriole coming. So all the diagrams I have shown you, afferent arteriole. What is afferent arteriole going to do? What is afferent arteriole going to do? Afferent arteriole is going to divide over here. You can see it is dividing into these blood vessels, thin blood vessels, blood capillaries, we will say, because they're single walled thick, they're blood capillaries. All right, this is how they're dividing. So this network of blood vessels is called as the glomerulus. Okay, this network of blood vessels is called as the glomerulus. Now what happens? These blood vessels, the glomerulus, is after its job is done. What is its job? I'll tell you later on. After its job is done, it is going to join together. These blood vessels, all of them, they are going to join together and move the blood out of the Bowman's capsule by an efferent arteriole. So see, all these blood vessels, they're going to join again and they're going to move the blood out of the Bowman's capsule, right, from this blood vessel. This is called as the efferent arteriole. It is called as E. Okay, E for exit. Remember, E for exit. This is called as efferent arteriole. All right, Baba. This is the efferent arteriole. Clear? This part is clear to everyone. Glomerulus is sorted for everyone. This entire structure that I just made over here, this entire structure from here to here, means what am I including? The Bowman's capsule and the glomerulus. These two things combined together, we call them as a Malpighian capsule. Okay, or we call them as a Malpighian body, or we call it as a renal corpuscle. So what is a renal corpuscle? The Bowman's capsule along with the glomerulus. This is the NCERT picture you can see. Afferent arteriole is bringing in the blood. Efferent arteriole is taking away the blood. Okay, and this structure, Bowman's capsule and glomerulus, is called as renal corpuscle, also called as Malpighian body. I hope everyone is clear with this. Very important. Generally, children get this question. They're not able to answer. Again, I'm repeating. Where do I write it over here? Here I'll write it. Okay, so what is, where do I write it? I'll write it over, where do I write it? Okay, chalo, here only I'll write it. What is this? Malpighian body. Write it somewhere in your notebook, okay? Malpighian body, or you can also call it as the renal corpuscle. Two things. There are two names for this. Malpighian body or renal corpuscle. It is formed by Bowman's capsule. It is formed by the Bowman's capsule plus the glomerulus. Glomerulus network. That is the network of blood vessels. This thing is sorted to all my children. This thing is sorted to all my children that I have written in black, this bracket. This thing is clear to everyone. Just put up a thumbs up. Then I'll move to the next part. Yes, bachcho? Very good, Sambari. Harita, clear hai, Baba? No, Harita, we will take one more session to complete the next part. So, urine formation, and you can say the counter current mechanism, that I'll explain in the next session. Okay. Yes, Fatima. Very good, Sumaya. Very good, kids. Put up a thumbs up, everyone, so that I know it. You've understood it. Thank you. Lovely. Chalo. So we have understood glomerulus. What was the next part of the renal tubule? The next part of the renal tubule was, see, I've already written over here. Renal tubule was starting with the Bowman's capsule. So Bowman's capsule also we've done. Now, the next part of the renal tubule is PCT. What is PCT? Okay, what is PCT? See, this thing. So renal tubule we are discussing now. Okay, this yellow tube we are discussing. So let me just take the yellow tube with, let me mark it with black color so that you are, it is visible. So this was Bowman's capsule, bache. The first part is done. Now comes this part. See, this coiled region of the tube. This coiled part of the tube, this is called as the proximal convoluted tubule. Proximal means near. Near to what? Near to the Bowman's capsule. Near to the glomerular network. Okay, majorly it is Bowman's capsule. So near to the Bowman's capsule. That is the reason it is called as proximal. Proximal means near. And what is convoluted? Convoluted means highly coiled. So it is a highly coiled tube which is present near to the Bowman's capsule. That is the reason the name of PCT is, okay, we call it as proximal convoluted tubule, also called as PCT. What is the function in PCT? That we'll do it later on when we'll talk about urine formation. After PCT, what comes? After PCT, you can see there is this tube. So PCT is done. Now there is this tube, this long tube which makes a coil like this. Okay, which makes a coil, which makes a this, not coil, it makes a U-shaped bend like this, a loop-like structure. We call this as the loop of Henle. So this entire loop is called as the loop of Henle. Now loop of Henle has got its two parts. One part is this bache, this tube from here to here, right? This is called as the descending limb of loop of Henle. Why descending? Because we'll see that the future urine is actually moving, right, down this limb. And the other is called as the ascending limb of loop of Henle. This is the ascending limb of loop of Henle. Why? Because the future urine is going to move up through this loop. So, descending loop of Henle and ascending loop of Henle, these are two parts, right, of the loop of Henle. Correct? And after the loop of Henle, there is another coiled part present over here, right? There is another coiled part present over here. This is called as the distal convoluted tubule. Distal means far. Far from where? Far from the Bowman's capsule. So distal means far. Convoluted means again coiled. So this is called as the distal convoluted tubule. Clear, bache? I hope this part is clear. Now, where does distal convoluted tubule open? Many distal convoluted tubules, okay, many means the distal convoluted tubules of many nephrons, it opens into this main tube, right, this single tube. This is called as the collecting duct. So you can see this is the collecting duct, and in collecting duct you can see the DCT from here is opening from this nephron. Probably the DCT from another nephron is opening over here. Another nephron is opening over here. So this is how the collecting duct is present. Collecting duct is not part of one nephron. Collecting duct is a common duct where many nephrons are opening. Okay, opening means many nephrons are giving their urine over here. Clear? I hope this part is clear to everyone. Okay, chalo. Now let's come to the next part. See, so DCT of many nephrons open into a straight tube called as the collecting duct, many of which converge and open into the renal pelvis. So now what is happening? The collecting duct, what is collecting duct going to do? Collecting ducts are only going to join together, correct? They are going to enter into the minor calyxes, then major calyxes, and then renal pelvis. So this is how the whole story is going to happen. Okay, so see, the DCT is going to open into collecting duct. Collecting duct is going to enter into the calyxes, and then from the calyxes it is going to open into the renal pelvis. From the pelvis it is going to come out of the kidney, enter into the ureter, urinary bladder, urethra, and out. This is how the urine's whole flow is there. Okay, we'll understand the urine formation, everything probably in the next session, but till here I hope the structure of nephron is clear. We still have to do one very important difference, but I hope this is clear, right? So this is the structure of the nephron, bache. Okay, Now see, generally what happens, so this is how they have given the structure, this is how they have shown the nephron arrangement in the cortex and medulla. So you can see very clearly over here, this part is the cortex, bache, okay, and this part is the medulla. You can see this is the medulla, and you can see over here, this is the collecting duct, right? Collecting duct is entering into the renal calyxes and all this thing, okay? This is how it is present. So these are the nephrons. There are two type of nephrons which are present. We'll talk about them, okay? So these are the nephrons. See, always in a nephron, so this is the extended version. You can see this is the extended version. This is the difference between cortex and medulla. From here, medulla starts until here, cortex is present. See, always the glomerulus, the Bowman's capsule, the PCT and DCT. Correct? Always these four things are always present in the cortex portion. Hi Gayatri. All these four are always present in the cortex portion. What four portion? What four things? Glomerulus, Bowman's capsule, PCT and DCT. It is only the loop of Henle which gets extended till the medulla. That's it. See here, in this type of a nephron, you can see the loop of Henle is little entering into the medulla. And in this type of a nephron, you can see the loop of Henle is deeping very deep inside the medulla. Just on the basis of the length of loop of Henle and the position of the nephrons are of two types. Okay, depending upon the positioning of the nephrons are of two types. One type of nephrons, which are the majority of nephrons, that means maximum around 80-85%, okay, of nephrons, we will see majorly 80% of the nephrons. In them, you can see over here, the loop of Henle is very short. You can see the loop of Henle is very short, and it is very little only present inside the medulla. Rest, the entire part of the nephron is present in the cortex. This is the cortex part, and this is the medulla. These type of nephrons in which the loop of Henle is too short and it extends only very little into the medulla, such type of nephrons are called as the cortical nephrons. These type of nephrons. Correct? And then there are these other type of nephrons, very little, some of the nephrons in which you can see these ones, the loop of Henle is very long, and it is present very deep inside the medulla. So in some nephrons, the loop of Henle is very long and runs deep into the medulla. Such type of nephrons are called as, they are called as the juxtamedullary nephrons. Okay, what are they called as, Baba? They are called as the juxtamedullary nephrons. Right? Why they are called as juxta? Juxta means at the junction. So they are this structure, this part also, the PCT, DCT, Bowman's capsule, this also you can see it is present little on the lower side of the cortex. And this part you can see over here in cortical nephrons, this is present very much in between the cortex. So in juxtamedullary nephrons, this part also, the proximal tubule, right, distal tubule, Bowman's capsule, this is also present little near the junction of cortex and medulla only. And they have a very deep loop of Henle which is diving very deep inside the medulla. Clear? Though they are very long, right, but they are only very little, around 15 to 20% of nephrons are juxtamedullary nephrons. I hope this part is clear to all my children. Yes, this part is clear to all the children. Right? Now, there is one very small thing which I have to tell you. Another very small thing. Okay, just listen. Right, now see. We had discussed about the efferent arteriole. Remember? We had discussed about the efferent arteriole. Now, what does the efferent arteriole do? The efferent arteriole is coming out. So, bacha, this is not very clear. Let me just show you this diagram, the NCERT diagram. Okay, see, this is the NCERT. No, look at this. This is the NCERT diagram. Okay, look at this NCERT diagram. This NCERT diagrams, look at this diagram. Okay, I'll just take the red color like this. So, this was the afferent arteriole we have already discussed. Afferent arteriole divided into many thin capillaries. This is called as the glomerulus. This also we've discussed. right? Then the efferent glomerulus joins together to form the efferent arteriole. This is the efferent arteriole. Now, what does the efferent arteriole do, Baba? As soon as it comes out, it further divides into another network of capillaries. See, these capillaries, you can see these blood vessels, which are very closely associated with the entire tubular part of the nephron. These capillaries, right? These are called as this capillary network is called as the peritubular capillaries. Peritubular means they are very near to the renal tubule. Peritubular capillaries. Why they are present? Because of the whole mechanism of the urine formation. We'll understand that in the next session, why they are exactly present, what is their role. But this entire network of the capillaries is called as the peritubular capillaries. And one of this capillary, inside the within the peritubular capillaries only, one of this capillary which is very closely associated with the loop of Henle. So this is the loop of Henle, this capillary, see, which is very closely associated with the loop of Henle, like this. It also forms a loop-like structure. This one. This is called as a vasa recta. This is called as vasa recta. So what is vasa recta? It is a type of a peritubular capillary only. The difference is that it is very closely associated with the loop of Henle, and it plays a very important role in the conservation of water, or we can say in concentration of urine. We'll talk about that in the next session. Clear till here? Okay, so we have understood, right? We have understood the various excretory products. We have understood the various type of excretory organs in different organisms. We spoke about the human excretory system, right? We saw the structure of the kidney. We saw the structure of the nephron, right? So basic information of this chapter, I have completed it with you. Okay, we have given the whole information about the nephron. Now we are having another class, right? We will have next class. It will be scheduled probably next Monday. Okay, so there I'm going to talk about another important topic, that is urine formation, all right, and counter current mechanism. We will see how urine formation is happening and how counter current mechanism is concentrating the urine. I hope this part is clear to everyone. Yes, bacho. Just put up a thumbs up so that I know all my kids have understood it. Just put up a thumbs up. Yes, and give a nice smiling face. Understood, Rajay? Chalo, lovely. So we'll see you again. We'll see you probably on Monday, bacha. Correct? Please revise till here. If you're having time, just go through your NCERT, go through the notes, okay? And we'll meet you in the next session. Okay, bacha? Chalo, take care. Bye-bye. Bye, kids. See you, Puttar. Bye-bye. Lovely. Bye-bye. Enjoy. Thank you.